Action.
Hi, I'm Gunnar Schramm, and I will be reading Duck on a Bike by David Shannon. One day, down on the farm, Duck got a wild idea. I bet I could ride a bike, he thought. He waddled over to where the boy parked his bike, climbed on, and began to ride. At first, he rode very, very slowly and wobbled a lot, but it was fun. Duck rode past Cow and waved at her. "Hello, Cow," said Duck. "Moo," said Cow. But what she thought was, a duck on a bike? That's the silliest thing I've ever seen. The duck rode past Sheep. "Hello, Sheep," said Duck. "Bah," said Sheep. But what she thought was, he's going to get hurt if he's not careful. Duck was riding better now. He rode past Dog. "Hello, Dog," said Duck. "Woof," said Dog. But what he thought was, this is a mighty neat trick. Then Duck rode past Cat. "Hello, Cat," said Duck. "Meow," said Cat. But what she thought was, I wouldn't waste my time riding a bike. Duck paddled a little bit faster. He rode past Horse. "Hello, Horse," said Duck. "Nay," said Horse. But what he thought was, you're still not as fast as me, Duck. Duck rang his bell as he rode toward Chicken. "Hello, Chicken," said Duck. "Cluck, cluck," said Chicken. But what she thought was, watch where you're going, Duck. The duck rode past the goat. "Hello, Goat," said Duck. "Mad," said Goat. What he thought was, I'd like to eat that bike. Duck stood on the seat and rode past Pigs and Pigs. "Hello, Pigs," said Duck. "Oink," said Pig and Pig. But what they thought was, Duck is such a show-off. Then Duck rode no hands past Mouse. "Hello, Mouse," said Duck. "Squeak," said Mouse. But what he thought was, I wish I could ride a bike just like Duck. Suddenly, a whole bunch of kids came down the road on bikes. They were in such a hurry that they didn't see Duck. They parked their bikes by the house and went inside. Now, all the animals had bikes. They rode around and around the barnyard. "This is fun," they all said. "Good idea, Duck." Then they put the bikes back by the house, and no one knew that on that afternoon there had been a cow, a sheep, a dog, a cat, a horse, a chicken, a goat, 2 pigs, a mouse, and a duck on a bike. The end.
Hi, I'm Taylor Little, and I am reading If You Give a Moose a Muffin. If you give a moose a muffin, he'll want some jam to go with it, so you'll bring out some of your mother's homemade blackberry jam. When he's finished eating the muffin, he'll want another, and another, and another. When they're all gone, he'll ask you to make more. You'll have to go to the store to get some muffin mix. He'll want to go with you. When he opens the door and feels how chilly it is, he'll ask to borrow a sweater. When he puts the sweater on, he'll notice one of the buttons is loose. He'll ask for a needle and thread. He'll start sewing. The button will remind him of the puppets his grandmother used to make. So he'll ask for some old socks. He'll make sock puppets. When they're done, he'll want to show you a puppet show. He'll need some cardboard and paints. Then he'll ask you to make the scenery. When the scenery is finished, he'll get behind the couch, put his antlers will stick out, so he'll ask for something to cover them up. You'll bring him a sheet from your bed. When he sees the sheet, he'll remember he wants to be a ghost for Halloween. He'll try it on and shout, "Boo!" I'll scare him so much he'll knock over the paints. So he'll use the sheet to clean up the mess. Then he'll ask for some soap to wash it out. He'll probably want to hang the sheet up to dry. He'll go outside to put it on a clothesline. When he's out in the yard, he'll see your mother's blackberry bushes. Seeing the blackberries will remind him of jam. He'll probably ask you for some. And chances are, if you give him the jam, he'll want a muffin to go with it.
Action.
Hi, my name is Joey Menning, and this is Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the guy who'll decide where to go. You look up and down the streets, look them over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not-so-good street. And you may not find any you'll want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. It's opener there in the wide open air. Out there, things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsy as you. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along. You'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say, but sadly it's true. The bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up in a prickly perch, and your gang will fly on. You'll be left in a lurch. You'll come down from the lurch with an unpleasant bump, and the chances are then that you'll be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumpy yourself is not easily done. You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're darked. A place you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare stay out? Do you dare go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win? And if you go in, should you then turn left or right? Or right and 3/4? Or maybe not quite. Or go around back and sneak in from behind? Simple. It's not. I'm afraid you will find. For a mind maker-upper to make up his mind. You can get so confused that you'll start in a race. Down long, wiggled roads at a breaknecking pace, and grind on for miles across weirdish wild place, headed, I fear, towards a most useless place, the waiting place. For people just waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or the phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or waiting around for a yes or a no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone is just waiting. Waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting for the wind to fly a kite, or waiting around for Friday night, or waiting perhaps for their Uncle Jake, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig of curls, or another chance. Everyone is just waiting. No, that's not for you. Somehow you'll escape. All the waiting and staying, you'll find the bright places, where the boom bands are playing. With banner flip-flapping, once more you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky, because you're that kind of guy. Oh, the places you'll go. There's fun to be done, there are points to be scored, there are games to be won, and the magical things that you can do with all that ball will make you the winningest winner of all. Fame. You'll be famous as famous can be, with the world wide watching you win on TV. Except when they don't, because sometimes they won't. I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too. Games you can't win, because they'll play against you. All alone. Whether you like it or not, alone will be something. You'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you so much that you won't go on. But on you will go through the weather be foul, though the weather be foul. On you will go, though your enemies prowl. On you will go, though the hack and cracks crowl. Onward up many, a frightening creek. Though your arms may get sore and your sneakers may leak. On you will hike, and I know you'll hike far, and face up your problems wherever they are. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. You'll be sure to, when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left. And will you succeed? Yes, you will, indeed. 98 3/4% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. So, be your name Buxbaum or Bixby or Bray, or Mordecai Ali von Allen O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way.
Hi, my name is Lucy Cole, and I will be reading Corduroy. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want such a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's a very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He lost the button to one of his shoulder straps." Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight I'll go and see if I can find it." Later that evening, when all the other shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto the escalator, and up he went. Could this be a mountain, he wondered? I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there, before his eyes, was the most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas, and rows of beds. This must be a palace, Corduroy gasped. I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace. He wandered around admiring the furniture. This must be a bed, he said. I've always wanted to sleep in a bed. And up he crawled into a large, thick mattress. At once he saw something small and round. Why, here's my button, he cried, and then he tried to pick it up. But, like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. He yanked and pulled with both paws until, pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled. Bang into the tall floor lamp. Over it fell with a crash. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalators. Now, who in the world did that? He exclaimed. Somebody must be hiding around here. He flashed his light under and over the sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all. And there he saw two fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the covers. Hello, he said. How did you get upstairs? The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arms and carried him down the escalators. and set him on the shelf of the toy department with all the other animals and dolls. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning. And there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he'd seen only the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I could bring you home." "Shall I put him in a box for you?" the sales lady asked. "Oh, no thank you," Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight to her own room. Corduroy blinked, and there was a chair and chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like that enormous palace in the department store. "This must be home," he said. "I know I've always wanted a home." Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like you the way you are," she said, "but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened." "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Lisa, and gave him a big hug. The end.
Hi, my name is Rachel Jensen. I'm in student council, and I'll be reading Blueberry Mouse. Out in Blueberry Cove on the Isle of Skye lived the blueberry mouse and her blueberry pie. When the other mice shouted, "Hooray for blue cheese," she said, "Let them eat cheese, I'll have blueberries, please." Singing "Blueberry, blueberry, blueberry pie" is the best kind of house for a mouse, and here's why. If it's raining and blowing, you won't get wet feet. You can stay in your house to find something to eat. For whenever you feel like a nibble or bite, you can nibble a blueberry morning or night. Singing nibble all night and all day, there's nothing like blueberries, I always say. She was totally blue from her head to her toes with those blueberry whiskers beside her blue nose. She'd a blueberry table and a blueberry cup. Well, she did till the day that she nibbled them up. Singing nibble, I'll nibble away, there's nothing like blueberries, I always say. Next she nibbled her blueberry blanket and sheet. I can do without them, I can turn up the heat. When she'd eaten her bedclothes and she ate up her bed, I can sleep on my blueberry floor for now, she said. So she slept on her blueberry floor for a night, but she couldn't resist taking bite after bite. When she'd eaten her floor, she said, "My, that was good, for a blueberry floor tastes much better than wood." Singing nibble, I'll nibble my blueberry house, the best kind of house for a blueberry mouse. When she'd eaten her windows, she nibbled some more, till she'd eaten up all of her blueberry door. When she'd eaten her door, she said, "My, that was small, I'll nibble some walls, for I don't eat them at all. Just as long as I have a strong roof overhead, I'll be sheltered from rainstorms," the little mouse said. Singing nibble, I'll nibble a wall, first one, and then two, and then three, and then all. So what happened then? Well, the roof crust fell down with a plop that was heard out in Blueberry Town. Little Blueberry Mouse wasn't hurt in the least, and invited her friends to come join in the feast. They said to her, "Dear little Blueberry Mouse, tell us, where will you live now without any house?" "Why, I'll pick some more blueberries, and I will make a much better house in a blueberry cake." Singing "Blueberry, blueberry, blueberry cake" is the best kind of house that a small mouse can make.
Hi, my name is Colin Jameson, and I'm reading Thump Quack Moo, A Wacky Adventure by Doreen Cronin and Betsy Lewin. It is time for the annual Corn Maze Festival. Farmer Brown is very excited. This year, he is making a Statue of Liberty corn maze. He is going to need help to get everything ready on time. The chickens do not want to help. "I'll let you use my hammers," said Farmer Brown. The chickens are now building the fence around the cornfield. Cluck, whack, cluck, whack, cluck, whack. The chickens are excited. The cows do not want to help. "I'll let you use my paintbrushes," said Farmer Brown. The cows are now giving the barn a fresh coat of paint. Moo, thwack, moo, thwack. The cows are excited. Duck never wants to help. "No help," said Farmer Brown to Duck. "No more special order organic duck feed." Duck is now building the ticket booth for the hot air balloon ride. Thump, quack, thump, quack, thump, quack. Duck is still not excited. The mice are taking a correspondence course on meteorology and are too busy to lend a hand. The air is filled with the busy sounds of the farm. Clunk, quack, moo, thwack, thump, quack. The mice keep an eye on the weather. Farmer Brown is busy too. Every day he gets out his sketchbook, graph paper, art supplies, and mower. He sketches a little, measures a little, counts a little, and cuts. Farmer Brown wants it perfect. Every night, Duck sneaks into the cornfield. He brings his sketchbook, graph paper, art supplies, and hedge clippers. He also brings his night vision goggles and glow-in-the-dark ruler. Then he sketches a little, measures a little, counts a little, and cuts. He is a little excited now. The preparations continue day after day. Cluck, quack. Moo, thwack. Thump, quack. The mice keep an eye on the weather. It is the day before the annual Corn Maze Festival. For the last time, Farmer Brown gets out his sketchbook, graph paper, art supplies, and mower. He sketches a little, measures a little, counts a little, and cuts. The Statue of Liberty corn maze is finished. He is too excited to sleep. Duck sneaks into the cornfield for the last time. He brings his sketchbook, graph paper, art supplies, and hedge clippers. He also brings his night vision goggles and glow-in-the-dark ruler. Then he sketches a little, measures a little, counts a little, and cuts. He is too excited to sleep. It is time for the Corn Maze Festival opening ceremony. The chickens are not allowed to use the hammers anymore. The barn is not quite what Farmer Brown had in mind, and the ticket booth is a slight design flaw. But all Farmer Brown cares about is the corn maze. He pays $5 and hops in the hot air balloon. At least he will see his masterpiece from above. Doug also pays $5 and hops into the hot air balloon. At last, he will see his masterpiece from above.
All right.
Duck is really excited now. Geronimo! The end.
Hi, I'm Grace Phillips, and I'm going to be reading you guys The Rainbow Fish. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish. Not just any ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come and play with us." But the Rainbow Fish would just glide past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your wonderful shiny scales. They are so wonderful, and you have so many." "You want me to give you one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the Rainbow Fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset. He told all his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the Rainbow Fish. They turned away when he swam by. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish, "but if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." The Rainbow Fish found the cave. It was very dark inside and he couldn't see anything. Then, suddenly, two eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. "I have been waiting for you," said the octopus with a deep voice. "The waves have told me your story. This is my advice. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy. I can't, the rainbow fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. Give away my scales? My beautiful shining scales? Never. How could I ever be happy without them? Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. Rainbow fish, please don't be angry. I just want one little scale. The rainbow fish wavered. Only one very small shimmery scale, he thought. Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one. Carefully, the rainbow fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to the little fish. Thank you very much, the little blue fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a long time, he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new glittering scale in the water. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing, so it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by the other fish. Everyone wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among the other fish. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possessions had been given away, yet he was very happy. Come on, rainbow fish, they all called. Come and play with us. Here I come, said the rainbow fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. The end.
I am Will Shoemaker, and I will be reading Fox and Socks by Dr. Seuss. Fox, socks, box, knocks. Knocks in box, fox and socks. Knocks on fox and socks in box. Socks on knocks and knocks in box. Fox and socks on box on knocks. Chicks with bricks come, chicks with blocks come. Chicks with bricks and blocks and clocks come. Look, sir, Mr. Knox, sir. Let's do tricks with bricks and blocks, sir. Let's do tricks with chicks and clocks, sir. First, I'll make a quick trick brick stack. Then, I'll make a quick trick block stack. You can make a quick trick chick stack. You can make a quick trick block stack. And here's a new trick, Mr. Knox. Socks on chicks and chicks on fox. Fox on clocks and bricks on and blocks. Bricks and blocks on knocks on box. Now we come to ticks and tocks, sir. Try to say this, Mr. Knox, sir. Clocks on fox tick. Clocks on knocks tick. 6 bricks tick. 6 chicks talk. Please, sir, I don't like this trick, sir. My tongue isn't quick or slick, sir. I get all those ticks and clocks, sir, mixed up with the chicks and talks, sir. I can't do it, Mr. Fox, sir. I am so sorry, Mr. Knox, sir. Here's an easy game to play. Here's an easy thing to say. New socks, two socks, who socks, Sue socks. Who sews who socks, Sue sews Sue socks. Who sees who sew, whose new socks, sir? You see Sue sew Sue's new socks, sir. That's not easy, Mr. Fox, sir. Who comes, crow comes, slow Joe Crow comes. Who sews crow's clothes, Sue sews crow's clothes. Slow Joe Crow sews whose clothes? Sue's clothes. Sue sews socks of fox and socks now. Slow Joe Crow sews knocks and box now. Sue sews rose on Slow Joe's crow's clothes. Fox sews hose on Slow Joe's crow's nose. Hose goes, rose grows, nose, hose goes so. Crow's rose grows so. Mr. Fox, I hate this game, sir. This game makes my tongue quite lame, sir. Mr. Knox, sir. What a shame, sir. We'll find something new to do now. Here's lots of new blue goo now. New goo, blue goo, gooey, gooey, blue goo. New goo, gluey, gluey. Gooey goo for chewy chewing. That's what that goo goose is doing. Do you choose to chew goo too, sir? If you, sir, choose to chew, sir, with the goo goose, sir, or chew, sir, do, sir. Mr. Fox, sir, I won't do it. I can't say it. I won't chew it. Very well, sir. Step this way. We'll find another game to play. Bim comes, Ben comes. Bim brings Ben broom. Ben brings Bim broom. Ben bends Bim's broom, Bim bends Ben's broom. Bim's bends Ben's bends. Ben's bent broom breaks, Bim's bent broom breaks. Ben's band, Bim's band, big bands, pig bands. Bim and Ben lead bands with brooms, Ben's band bangs, and Bim's band booms. Pig band, boom band, big band, broom band. My poor mouth can't say that. No, sir, my poor mouth is much too slow, sir. Well then, bring your mouth this way. I'll find something it can say. Luke Luck likes lakes. Luke's duck likes lakes. Luke Luck licks lakes. Luke's duck licks lakes. DuckTales, duck takes licks in lakes Luke Luck likes. Luke Luck takes licks in lake duck's likes. I can't blab such blibber blubber. My tongue isn't made of rubber. Mr. Knox, now, come now, come now. You don't have to be so dumb now. Try to say this, Mr. Knox, please. Through 3 cheese trees, 3 free fleas flew, while these fleas flew, freezy breeze blew. Freezy breeze made these 3 trees freeze. Freezy trees made these trees cheese freeze. That's what made these 3 free fleas sneeze. Stop it, that's enough, sir. I can't say such silly stuff, sir. Very well then, Mr. Knox, sir. Let's have a little talk about tweedlebeetles. What do you know about tweedlebeetles? Well, when tweedlebeetles fight, it's called a tweedlebeetle battle. And when they battle in a puddle, it's a tweedlebeetle puddle battle. And when tweedlebeetles battle with paddles in a puddle, they call it a tweedlebeetle puddle battle. And when beetles battle beetles in a puddle battle, and the beetle battle puddle in a bottle, they call this a tweedlebeetle puddle paddle battle muddle. And when beetles fight these battles in a bottle with their paddles and the bottles on a poodle and the poodle's eating noodles, they call this a muddle puddle tweedle poodle beetle noodle buddle paddle battle. And now wait a minute, Mr. Fox Fox. When a fox is in the bottle where the tweedlebeetles battle with their paddles in a puddle on a noodle-eating poodle, this is what they call a tweedlebeetle noodle buddle, paddle muddle duddle, fuddle wuddle, fox in socks, sir. Fox in socks, our game is done, sir. Thank you for a lot of fun, sir.
Hi, I'm Campbell Little, and I'll be reading We're Going on a Bear Hunt. We're going on a bear hunt. We're gonna catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, grass, long wavy grass. We can't go over it, we can't go under it. Oh no, we've gotta go through it. Swish, swash, swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy. We're going on a bear hunt. We're gonna catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, a river, a deep, cold river. We can't go over it, we can't go under it. Oh no, we've gotta go through it. Splash, splosh, splash, splosh, splash, splosh. We're going on a bear hunt. We're gonna catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, mud, thick, oozy mud. We can't go over it, we can't go under it. Oh no, we've gotta go through it. Squelch, 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 squirch, squelch, squirch. We're going on a bear hunt. We're gonna catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, a forest, a big dark forest. We can't go over it, we can't go under it. Oh no, we've gotta go through it. Stumble, trip, stumble, trip, stumble, trip. We're going on a bear hunt. We're gonna catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, a snowstorm, a swirling, whirling snowstorm. We can't go over it, we can't go under it. Oh no, we've gotta go through it. Hoo-woo, hoo-woo, hoo-woo. We're going on a bear hunt. We're gonna catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, a cave, a narrow, gloomy cave. We can't go over it, we can't go under it. Oh no, we have to go through it. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. What's that? One shiny, wet nose, 2 big furry ears, 2 big googly eyes. It's a bear. Quick, back through the cave, tiptoe, tiptoe. Back through the snowstorm, hoo-woo, hoo-woo. Back through the forest, stumble, trip, stumble, trip, stumble, trip. Back through the mud, squelch, squirch, squelch, squirch. Back through the river, splash, splosh, splash, splosh, splash, splosh. Back through the grass, swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy. Get to the front door, open the door, up the stairs. Oh no, we forgot to shut the door. Back downstairs, shut the door. Back upstairs, into the bedroom, into the bed, under the covers. We're not going on a bear hunt again. The end.
My name is Jack Green, and I'm going to be reading the book Pete the Cat, Go Pete Go by James Dean. It's a beautiful day, and Pete the Cat has decided to take his bike for a ride. Nothing makes Pete happier than feeling the sun on his fur and the breeze on his face. Vroom, vroom. Turtle has a new race car. Who wants to have a race, he says. Not me, says Grumpy Toad. My motorcycle has a flat tire. Not me, says Emma. My car is too old and slow. Not me, says Callie. My bus is a work of art. It's not meant for racing. I'll race you, says Pete, knowing how much Turtle likes to race. But your bike has no motor, says Turtle. My race is super quick. I'll win for sure. That's okay, says Pete. I just want to try my best and have fun. Everyone is excited for the big race. On your mark, get set, go, Callie shouts. Turtle steps on the gas pedal and vroom, zooms away. Pete waves goodbye and then pedals off. Pete sees Turtle up ahead. Turtle slows down to let Pete catch up. Check this out, shouts Turtle. He presses a button and fins appear. Now Turtle's race car goes even faster. Vroom, vroom. Pete's bike doesn't have fins, but he does have a basket. He stops and takes out a tasty red apple. Nothing is better than a tasty red apple on a beautiful day. Turtle sees that Pete is way behind. He spies a diner up ahead. Might as well grab a bite to eat, Turtle says as he pulls into a parking spot. Yum, says Turtle, eating a grilled cheese sandwich. He is in no rush. He is sure he will win the race. Dessert, the waitress asks. Don't mind if I do, Turtle says. While Turtle finishes his lunch, he continues pedaling. The sun is high and the breeze is blowing. It's a beautiful day for a race. Pete sees Turtle leaving the diner. Pete waves hello, but Turtle doesn't wave back. Turtle just jumps in his car and peels off. I guess he didn't see me, Pete says. But Turtle did see Pete. He knows that Pete isn't going to give up easily. So Turtle presses a button and his tires inflate into mag wheels that let him swerve around the curves at top speed. Vroom, vroom! Pete passes a rose bush as he goes around a curve. Pete knows he should keep racing, but he can't resist. The roses are just so beautiful. He has to stop and smell them. Turtle sees that he has a huge lead. He knows he's going to win. He stops for a nice cold glass of lemonade, and that's when he sees the hammock hanging between two trees. He's exhausted from racing so fast. He figures a quick nap will help him in the home stretch. Pete pedals past and sees Turtle sleeping. That's cool, Pete thinks as he rides by quietly as he can. Turtle must really be tired. I'm glad he's getting some rest. Grumpy Toad finds Turtle fast asleep. Wake up, Turtle, says Grumpy Toad. If you don't get back on the race, Pete is going to win. That's impossible, says Turtle, thinking it must be a joke. But it's no joke. Turtle presses a button, and rocket boosters appear, making him go super duper fast. Vroom! But by the time Turtle nears the finish line, Pete has already won the race. How did you do it, Turtle asks. Slow and steady, says Pete. Maybe next time, instead of racing, we can ride together. Great idea, says Turtle. What a great race. Have a great day. The end.
Hi, I'm Felina Burke, and I'm going to be reading 100 Hungry Ants. So, okay. A whole hill of hungry ants, their faces all aglow, came swarming from the forest to cross the field below. A soft breeze fanned the sunshine and whisked them on their way. It hinted of yummies for their empty tummies. That means a picnic, hooray. 100 ants were singing and marching in a row. We're going to a picnic. Oh, hey, and hitty-hee-ho. Stop, said the little ants. We're moving way too slow. Some food will be long gone unless we hurry up. So, with 2 lines of 50, we get there soon, I know. All the ants raced here and there, up and down to fro. There's lots of yummies for our hungry tummies. Oh, hey, hee-hee-ho. 100 ants were singing and marching in 2 rows. We're going to a picnic, oh hey and he. Stop, yelled the littlest ant, we're moving way too slow. More of the food will be gone unless we hurry up. So with 4 lines of 25, we'd get there soon, I know. All the ants raced here and there, up and down, to and fro. We hope there's yummies for our rumbling tummies, oh hey and he ho. 100 ants were singing and marching in 4 rows. We're going to a picnic, oh hey and he ho. Stop, screamed the littlest ant, we're moving way too slow. Lots of food will be gone unless we hurry up. So with 5 lines of 20, we'd get there soon, I know. All the ants raced here and there, up and down, to and fro. There might be a yummy for our gurgling tummies, and hey and he ho. 100 ants were singing and marching in 5 rows. We're going to a picnic, oh hey and he ho. Stop, shrieked the littlest ant, we're moving way too slow. All the food will be long gone unless we hurry up. So with 10 lines of 10, we'd get there soon, I know. All the ants were raced here and there and up and down and to and fro. There better be yummies for our grumbling tummies, oh hey and he ho. 100 ants were singing and marching in 10 rows. At last we're at the picnic, oh hey and he ho. Stop, yipped the littlest ant, we've traveled way too slow. There's no food for us to eat, you look so long with rows. All the ants raced here and there, up and down and to and fro. There aren't any yummies for our grumbling tummies, oh hey and he ho. Oh no. 99 ants were swarming from every row in a hot pursuit for one little ant who quickly turned to go. Hey, it's not all my fault, you know. The end.
Hi, my name is Gabe Conway, and this is A Color Clown Comes to Town by Moncure. Laura opens a word window. Guess what Laura sees? A funny clown. Hi, says the clown. I am the color clown. I paint things all over town. You can paint too. Clown takes the red bucket off his head. Let's paint something red, he says. Clown finds a polar bear. Let's paint the bear. No, no, says Laura. I never saw a red polar bear. Let's not paint the polar bear red. Laura finds an old fire engine. Would you paint a fire engine red? They do. They paint it, and it looks like new. Now let's paint something blue, says the color clown. He finds an igloo. No, no, says Laura. I never saw a blue igloo. Let's not paint the igloo blue. Laura finds an old truck. Can you paint a truck blue? They do. They paint the truck and it looks like new. Now let's paint something yellow, says Color Clown. He finds a snowman in the snow. No, no, silly fellow, a snowman is never yellow, says Laura. Laura finds an old steam shovel. Would you paint a steam shovel yellow? They do. They paint it and it looks like new. Now what can we do? Asks Laura. Watch me do tricks, says Color Clown. He mixes a little red with yellow. What new color does Clown make? I can paint something orange, Laura says. What does Laura paint? Can you do another trick? She asks. Yes, says Color Clown as he does a flip. Then Clown mixes a little yellow and a little blue. What new color does he make? I can paint something green for you, Laura says. What does Laura paint? Can you do another trick? Asks Laura. Yes, says Color Clown as he stands on his head. Then the clown mixes blue with red. What new color does he make? Now I can paint something purple. Blue, green, red, and yellow, and orange for you, says Laura. Laura paints a rainbow. Then Laura says, bye-bye, clown. It is time to go. I must close this word window. Then when Laura gets home, guess what she paints? A rainbow. So can you.
I'm Alia, and this is Thank You, Lord, for Everything. Day is pushing night away, sunshine calls you out to play. Brightly out of bed you spring, thank you, Lord, for everything. In the kitchen, glasses clink, someone's pouring juice to drink. Toast is ready. Pop, pop, ding. Thank you, Lord, for everything. Beauty greets you everywhere, on the ground and in the air. Jeweled flower, stained glass wing. Thank you, Lord, for everything. Come and join us, your friends call. You jump rope and toss a ball. Pleasure only friends can bring. Thank you, Lord, for everything. Picnic lunch with mom and friends. Games of tag once nap time ends. Time to go when church bells ring. Thank you, Lord, for everything. Thank you, Lord, for everything.